So, Reggie, a big thing last week was the talk of Foxy Brown potentially being subpoenaed. I know, the story is that she was in Vegas with Von Zip. I'm just curious, why was she with Von Zip? Because if I'm not mistaken, I thought she was dating Kurupt at the time.
Yeah. From my research, I said I wasn't gonna say this no more. But from my research, all right, I'm gonna say it though. She was 17 years old. That Corrupt and her started dating when she was 17 years of age in June of 1996. Is when I known and heard of her and Corrupt starting to date. That's because that was during the time I guess him and Foxy hooked up when he had got sent home sometime in I guess March or April of '96 for y'all know, y'all know. And I just find it strange, man. I was like, damn. So this nigga is 24 years of age and he did this, right? And so, man, when you're in trouble, it usually take you a while before you go back to doing something. And so then he goes and messes with her. Okay, so she's not 13 or 14. He messed with a 17-year-old. Now I know Foxy been around the block a little bit. You know, the allegations about Jay-Z and stuff like that. She had a hot song on the radio, so it means she been in the studio. So she might have, been out there. But damn, would that takes some balls, right? All of this had happened 3 or 4 months earlier with a 13, 14-year-old, and then you go and hook up with a 17-year-old. Okay. Oh, so that's what I got from that investigation. But I know your question is, you even insinuating like Von Zip, or asking the question, why was Foxy and Von Zip was hanging out? Well, as I remember in my memory, not too well, I really believe Von Zip was like, just looking out for her. She was out there. I think she was doing a show or doing a performance at a club that particular night with Zip. I mean, out that way. And Zip was probably just, because Zip was a New York dude that had a great connections on the west side. And so he probably set her up to go perform at a club to get a bag right quick. But they wasn't in no type of relationship. If that's where y'all going or where people believe in, because I kind of read that and saw that a little bit in the comment section. I think he was just like a godfather to them, or like a big brother, or a dude that, was very well respected, is what I got. And so I know she was dismissed from the car. It was a lot of questions about that. And I know she was excused from the car when Keffe allegedly got in the car and Von Zip and Keffe had their conversation. But that's all I get from that. But it just made me, when I go and do a little bit of research and see all of this, I was like, damn. It was shocking to me to see that 3 or 4 months after getting chastised, getting sent home to mama, you go and do that soon. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. Shocking. But yeah, but hey, I want to go and touch on this subject while we're on it. And I got a statement that I want to play that Greg Kading reminded us of. And this to show y'all another lie by Keffe. Don't know which one is true, but I tell you what he said when he did a proffer agreement when he had something to lose versus when he was on YouTube and he had nothing to lose but make some money and had time to think about it. Here's a statement that he told Greg Kading.
that after Orlando got beat up, and they were all kind of gathering around, figuring out how they were going to respond. And, there was a group of guys from New York, including Zip, who were standing around. And Zip says that he's got a pistol. It's Keffe D's story. And so they go out to his car in the parking lot, and Zip provides him the 40 caliber Glock that they used to shoot Tupac. So that's coming directly from Keffe D during not only our proffer session, but Las Vegas's proffer session. So he says it twice, and I believe it to be true. And it makes a lot of sense for me, because a lot of these guys going out to Vegas, especially these gangsters from Compton, that's a long stretch through the desert. And there's a lot of opportunity to be getting pulled over by both California and Nevada Highway Patrol. And they see, some guys going through the desert in a rented car. They're probably going to get pulled over if the cops can find a reason to. And so that's why they would go out there without any, nefarious intentions in mind. But then you got a guy like Zip. He's a different type of character. Zip's, and he's got a trap. Evidently, he's got a compartment, which makes it very difficult to find a gun in a car if you're a cop and you don't know the process of getting that trap open. Yeah. So, it makes sense to me. I believe it to be true, but that's his story, is that Zip gave him the gun. He said it more than once.
Now, he did an interview on another channel, years later, because y'all got to remember, he did all of this with Greg in like 2009, 2010 or something like that. But this was when he's on YouTube, what he said.
So you guys meet up with Zip.
Yeah.
And this is where he gives you a gun.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that, but
that's what it says in the book.
Well, you want to buy the book? Matter of fact, the book is Compton Street Legends.
So did y'all hear that? So those are the conflicting stories that we have between Keffe D. Where 1 minute he's saying he told Greg and them that Von Zip did give him the gun, and then on a later interview, he pretty much saying that they offered the gun and he declined. So just pointing out things, just pointing out lies, just point out things to you guys. But that's the incident. That's why Foxy Brown, for those of y'all that's really wondering why Foxy Brown is important to this particular investigation, and that's the only reason. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, Foxy would never get on the stand and all of that. Y'all don't understand. Y'all saying that because y'all don't understand. With a subpoena, if you're subpoenaed, you got to come. Now, you could be considered a hostile witness and be treated, as a hostile witness. But if she elect to do that, then, or she can just say, I don't remember, I don't recall. And then neither side will probably put her on the stand because it's not that big of a issue. It's just that a publication ran it and we responded to it. And hey, but Foxy wasn't there. She wasn't in no car. And no one has said that she saw Von Zip give the gun to Keffe or not. But that's just the answer to clear up why Foxy Brown name has came up in this particular investigation. Only reason at all. It's just mainly to place Keffe D at the location or at the scene or being in Vegas on that particular day. But trust me, those investigators have other things. They just like to stack their deck. Get as many people as possible to say something when you're denying it. And so that would be my take. And just kind of know, maybe Keffe D did tell some lies. But the proffered agreement he gave, I keep telling y'all, the Vegas PD or to Greg Kadings, he also gave the Vegas PD. So the judge not going to throw both of those proffer agreements or those agreements out or those statements out. He may throw one, but he won't be throwing both.